Hello everyone and welcome to today's session of Amrita Cafe. A good discussion increases the dimensions of everyone who takes part in it. Today we have with us Dr.Shoury Kuttappa, Academic Manager and Counselor Amrita Vidyapeetham and Ms. Anisha Sharma, Principal Delhi Public School Siliguri. At Amrita Vidyapeetham, we aspire to join hands with institutions, parents and teachers to provide value-based education and mold the character of the younger generation through a system of wholesome learning. According to the recent United Nations report, the COVID-19 pandemic has created the largest disruption of educational systems in history, affecting nearly 1.6 billion learners in more than 190 countries. Parents, teachers, and students are living through various complexities in choosing the best options for themselves. So, we are here with Amrita Cafe, where we aim at serving as a forum to table these challenges and explore the solutions to cope up with the current education scenario. So, now, without further ado, I would like to invite Ms. Anisha Sharma to today's session. A very warm welcome, ma'am. Amrita institution and DPS do seem to be grounded in the same principles. So it would be great if you can start with few of the principles that both of them similarly share.
First, I would like to, good evening. First, I would like to extend my gratitude to Amrita University or Vishwa Vidyapeeth for inviting and providing this opportunity to speak to the spectator present here in this platform. Thank you so much. As to begin with, I should say that Amrita, the word itself says its significance, its vision and mission. Amrita means invaluable, and Amrita itself is a university with world-class infrastructure. So it is not only the infrastructure we are talking about in Amrita Cafe today. The lady behind Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeeth, I would like to tell something which fascinated, and I found a connection with Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeeth is that she is the one who is working for the entire mankind. Her focus is not only to provide education as the other colleges and university and the school all over the world is providing. Amrita, usually known as Amma, her vision is to provide education along with the new technology and to blend the scientific knowledge as well as spirituality in an individual, I should say. So it's very, very rarest case or rarest university, I should say, in the world to provide the combination of these two. So how a human being should be at the end of his, education or learning, though learning is limitless, endless, but once having a degree or diploma course, how a personality should be. So the personality should be the combination of all the qualities and the scientific knowledge and all the degree and academic knowledge to survive. She says that we create and we nurture them so that they can live. Like if we are producing doctors, engineers, lawyers, they are getting degree to live. But in Amrita University, the vision is not for living. It's loving the mankind. And the essence of Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeeth is based on two things. One is love and the other is compassion. So how wonderful the combination if a child, if a person is getting all the knowledge of physics, chemistry, engineering, mechanical engineering, medical, or whatsoever, or fashion designing, or anything, along with all the qualities which a human being should have, like the moral character, building a personality and career, and personality including all the virtues of a good human being. So we always talk about creating a good citizen. So what does this good citizen mean? Does it only mean that you are living for yourself? You are earning to survive in this world and for your family? No. At a large, you have to think about the complete mankind. And during the time of this uncertain time of COVID-19, heads off to Amrita for the way they have worked for the humanity, with humility, with compassion. So I am very much fascinated by Ammaji's vision, and I really appreciate and advise all the youngsters to be a part of Amrita University so that they can grow to their highest level with all the growth and excellence. They can be a good human being, and they can work not only for their family, for their society, state. We can all together work for the nation with the essence of love and compassion, pure-hearted. It is, I should say, the culture of heart is important. This is what the vision of Ammaji is, and that's all. That's
Thank
all.
you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Um, for those who are just joining, I'd like to reintroduce Miss Anisha Sharma. She has a rich experience of 32 years in the field of education, where she has worked as a teacher and then as a principal of various schools. At present, she is heading North Bengal's best day come boarding school, that's the DPS Siliguri, as its principal. Couple of interesting achievements. She was been awarded by the Indian Solidarity Council, New Delhi, and the Rotary Club several times. She has received the Forever Star India Award. She has also been bestowed with the Real Superwoman Award by FSIA in 2020. She has prolifically written many articles for English daily newspapers, some of which I've read myself. She is not only a dedicated educationist and administrator, but she's also a renowned and proficient motivational speaker. She is also an active member of the state head of SIETIIE, an innovation and research organization for West Bengal. She has completed her stint as a professional anchor in Doordarshan and Akashvani. Well, ma'am, that's something of a standout. Thank you once again for being here with us. For those of you just joining again, welcome. In this capsule today, we're going to invest the next 30 minutes on looking at the changing trends of education, the journey from board exams to college. A recorded version of this webinar will be available on the Amrita Cafe YouTube channel. We would love to have your queries on this topic. You're welcome to share your perspectives as well for discussion as the session unfolds. Based on time at hand, of course, we will endeavor to include as many of these queries as possible. Please do include your names as well. Madam, Mahatma Gandhi once said, every home is a university and parents are teachers. What role are parents playing in the student's journey from board exams to college, madam?
I would like to give a presentation by PPT presentation through which I'll be answering all the questions and my insights will be shared through this PPT presentation. So May I share the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to see the screen, sir?
Ma'am, we are. Please go ahead.
Okay, so journey from board examination to college. This begins once the child is in class 9th. Once he enters into high school, the journey begins from there. During this span of 4 years, from 9 to 12, they take the pressure when they are in 10th class and they take the pressure when they are in 12th class. Recently, when the board examination was cancelled, the outgoing 12th were regretting that they were not serious when they were in 11th class. So why this is so? Why do you have a fear and you only want board examination? So I students that you have to be serious, and this 4 years are the of your life. You are starting your journey from here when you enter 9th standard. That is the time when you work in 9th and 10th, and if you get good grades, you will be, of course, able to achieve your dreams, your aspiration, and you can reach to a level where you see yourself. So for that, it is very important for the children to not only to focus on 10th and should be serious from 9th onwards. And it is often seen in the children that they do not go along with their learning simultaneously as it is taking place in the classroom. Once one chapter is complete, in the same way they have to complete. But at the end of the session, or on the beginning of the pre-board or board, they go ahead with their learning. So I would suggest all the children to be serious, not only in board classes, but they should be serious from 9th onwards. Then only you will be able to get admission in any colleges where you are aspiring, or any university which you are looking forward to. That the oldest and the strongest emotion of mankind is fear, and the oldest and strongest kind of fear is the fear of unknown. So the first point is, after this journey of 9th and 10th, they are in a place where they need to decide which discipline they want to be, whether it is commerce, whether it is science, and whether it is humanities or any other. But when they come in 11th class, I have seen them, they are not focused. They are not able to decide which stream they are meant to. And they always focus with the pressure of their parents to go for science, whereas their aptitude does not allow them to be in science or any other stream, vice versa, I can say. So they have to be very clear, and the fear is always there, and the pressure of the parents is there. In board examination also, I have seen then that instead of focusing on the learning, they are under the pressure of getting more grades. For that, they adopt this rote learning instead of understanding the learning and how to apply the learning in their life. Instead of focusing on clearing their concept, they are very much into the pressure of getting good grades. So this is one point. In class 11th, they need to have a clear focus, as Arjun was having focus. In the same way, they need to be focused, and they need to be persistent on whatever they have decided. So the biggest question after 12th appears when the result is declared, and what next, or what do you want to do after school? This is a $1 million question for all the students, that what next and what they want to become in their life, where they are going to take the admissions. So there are enormous options. There are so many options. They need to choose one out of this million options, depending on the interest, aptitude, in their ability for that. And the most important thing is what they are interested in. The pressure is always the friends, the neighbors, and the environment. Their friends, they want to copy their friends, so they are not able to decide what option they are going to choose in their life. To pick up the perfect path is again a challenging thing. How you are going to search for what are the options? So you need to investigate your option before you navigate through. And for this, you can go for the research options. N number of options are available in internet. They can search from there, so talk to the counselor. Then comes the most important thing is what they are dreaming for. Number one is their interest. Number two, only their dream can take them to that level, or they will be able to achieve whatever they are aspiring if they follow their dreams. So I would request the students, number one, to be focused, and number two, find the option of your choice. Number three, you need to have dreams. And then comes, I am interested in. Finally, they have to decide, like if you are traveling, you need to know your destination. So before you take admission into the college, you need to know what course you are going to opt. A journey of possibilities. So you are no more a kid. You are completely having that ability. You have reached to the level where you can choose your path, and the best moments of your life are in making. University is not just about an institution. It is a dynamic environment which brings wisdom along with freedom of your choice. So this is the place which will take you where you want to reach. What is your goal? So university is a place. We should not take this years of university, maybe a 4-year course or 5 years. Number does not matter at all. What matters is that if you have chosen, you need to be very serious. We know that once you are out of this 4 protected walls of the school, you think now you will have a life free. You can do whatever you want to do in your life when you are in college, but you are mistaken. Are you prepared? Being selected or joining a university is one thing, but being prepared is an important task. So here I would suggest to them that preparation is very much required. Planning is very much required. So you need to plan for your journey as we plan. If we are going out for an excursion, or if you are going to travel from one place to another, we plan first, we prepare first, and then move ahead. University is also like a journey where planning is required and preparation is required. Preparation requires extensive research. You need to research before you choose any of the university or college. So you need to explore what courses are available, what the university has to offer, as well as the location and living is simultaneously. It is also very important which place you are going to go. If you are in Chhattisgarh, where you want to be, whether you want to be in Maharashtra or you want to be in any other state. So it is very important for you to choose the location before you plan to take an admission. Interacting with your with the present students of that universities will help you a lot. If you will talk to the students, learning there, they can help you out with all the realistic data of that university. So online research will also help you a lot, and identifying self-interest is more important than anything else. The inevitable challenges are how you are going to plan the expenses of the university. Of course, if you are going to go for, say, medical, you need to know what is the expenses of that course. So whether it is medical or whether it is fashion designing or it's law or anything else, you need to plan your expense before you go ahead with the procedure of your admission. Time management is again important. Now today 12th class result is announced, so the children have already prepared for their future and they have already decided what course they are going to choose, which location they have to, which university they have to. So research helps you a lot, and this comes, the expense is a very, very strong pillar of your higher education. Then you need to have a stress management. Don't get too much of a stress for anything. Being very easy and being in calm and quiet, sit for some time. Don't stress out. Then you will be able to decide what you want to do in your life or with your life. Some more challenges are when they enter the college or university, nobody is with them to help out them to say that get up, it is your bus time, you have to board your bus, you have to reach school on time. So this is what I must sleep or to attend the class, go for a movie, or the cultural shock. It is very, very important because you are going to go in a very new environment. You are going to have so many international faculties, or you are going to have students and your friends of different states. Culture is very, very difficult task for a student. The food, the weather, the environment, the language, you have to cope up with all these things. You are very comfortable when you are at your place, and it becomes, the journey is quite tough when you have to move from your location to somewhere else and to mix up with new people, new environment, new atmosphere is very difficult. And we need to have that flexibility. We need to have the ability to adopt the change. We should learn to manage change. That is very important. The ultimate purpose. What is the ultimate purpose of being into an university or to go for higher education? Number one is your personality. That is very, very important, that how your personality, that matters a lot. Whether you have that communication skill, whether you are able to face the challenges in life, or whether you are able to manage with the income or the capital which your parents have decided for you. It is always beyond. You decide something else and you have to manage with the higher. So the goal of education is not just to create people who understand only the language of technology. The main purpose of education should be to impart a culture of heart, a culture based on spiritual values. This is what the vision of Amrita University. And this, for me, if you ask what is the goal of education, I will just copy this, that love is the only religion, and the culture of heart is equally important. So overall, your personality, how you manage the challenge, how you manage the change, whether you are able to communicate, whether you are able to express your thoughts, whether you are able to put up your things in front of your principal or any other person around you, whether you are able to communicate properly and deliver your thoughts and emotions. That is one which is very important, and it will definitely help you to get success in life. This is one thing very, very important, is personality development. And the other is getting a job, or I should say campus placements. So before we see, or before we decide where we want to be, which university we want to be exclusive, that depends on your goal, what you want to be in your life. So campus placement is one thing which the parents are looking forward, and the student as well. So it is very, very important pillar of any university providing any courses. So students look for this placement, campus placement. They don't want to go out of the campus and roam about with the degree. See, so many students are fascinated towards engineering, and they do not have the right aptitude or the interest, and they are unemployed. So this is very painful after taking a course of say 4-5 years, and you are jobless. So nothing more painful than this. So they look for campus. Now, making choices. First, most choices, which course to take. I remember when I was to decide what I'm going to be in my life and what course I have to choose. So during our days, it was very difficult, and the options were not as much as the new generation have today. So enormous choices are there. So it's very difficult when you have so much of so many choices what to decide. So you need to see what course you are looking for. Sometimes you take admission and you want to go for say BSc, then you want to be in MSc, you want to be a teacher, then you decide something else, you want to be in into another very different. I have seen students doing BSc and then going for MA in English. So they do not know where to go, how to go, which course will help them. So it is very important decision to take. The decision making process leads to conflicts within, and choices are seldom driven by logic. So one is the pressure of the parent, and the other is the student not able to decide, and the third one is their interest is something else and they are forced to take something else. The pressure may be from the friend or relative or the parents. So it is you who will decide what you want to be. It is you who will decide what course you want to be in, and it is you who will choose the location. So your life, you need to take the decision so that you may not regret later on. Some basic rules for this, if you will follow, this will help you a lot. Never be influenced, only draw inspiration from elders and advisors around you. Think about what you like instead of what you can become. So for this, interest versus aptitude, this will help you a lot to make a perfect balance. Now, school versus university. The good thing is classroom has no boundaries. Subjects are mostly choice based. Flexibility in terms of when to study, what to study, when to attend, etc., etc. University institutes are less structured than school, so easy planning can be done to suit individual needs. Offer hands-on experience to what is to come next in life. And most importantly, you meet new people from, few of whom turn up being your lifelong buddies. So, as I have already told, that when you were in school, you were under the proper guidance of your teachers and your parents. Now there is no boundary, so the chances are there that you may go astray. So you need to you need to be very focused. And what is important is flexibility. You need to adjust in any environment, in any course, whatever you have decided. So things you may not like is rigorous efforts are required and burdens of project and assignment is an add-on. So once you enter into higher education, of course you will have that stress, that burden. If you are not able to manage time, you will face a lot of difficulty, and there are chances that you may not be able to reach where you thought you can be. No nurturing and caring teachers, parents, you are responsible for self. So as I told in the beginning, you are no more a kid. You are responsible for everything, for your career, for your conduct, for your personality, for the qualities, for your characteristics and your character. You are solely responsible for this, because you will not find the teachers, but as the scenario is changing, in university level also, I have seen the same kind of discipline as it is in school. Many universities are forcing the children to have a dress code, and the same time management. Everything is found in many university, and Amrita is no exception. Competition from peers for the limited opportunities. The expenses are always more than the pocket money. Suppose you plan that your expenses will be, say, 3 lakhs for 1 year, and 100% the expense which you have planned will go high. So always keep an extra expenditure for the expenses, because from transportation to living to lodging, you need to expense a lot if you are in a new city where you have to manage everything in your own. Social life realities. Here I want to focus and tell you that this is the year when the chances are that you will not recognize your limitations, and you may go astray. You may find a company who will take you into bad things. Like, see, the picture itself says new friends, new responsibility, new responsibilities, drugs and alcohol have consequences. You need to know. And then if you're not able to cope up with the stress, with the anxiety and with this bad habits, if you start, your parents are not around you to tell you what is right, what is wrong. And you may deceive them by saying that you are very much into the college you are studying, and whereas you are into a wrong environment with wrong company, and always a wrong company will lead you to a wrong place or a wrong destination. So need help, talk to your campus counselor. This is very important for you children. Avoid night outs and make good choices of your company. So it is in English, it is said that show me your friend and I'll tell you what kind of person you are. So company matters a lot. It is only the company who will either inspire you, or it is only the company who will lead you to a wrong destination or wrong path. So it begins with your friends. When you are in a pub, you are not interested to drink, and they may say once, you just taste once, and that once will lead you to addiction. So this is very important, that avoid this kind of places if you do not want to be into this kind of, whether it is alcohol, smoking, or anything, or getting attracted towards opposite sex, there are many things, and media will lead you into very much trouble, and it will take you out of your goal. So don't be into all the time, do not scroll the internet and do not find any wrong website where you that will lead you to a wrong place, wrong path, and wrong life.
Very
Easy.
true. Very true.
Yes.
I'm sorry to come in here, ma'am, but I think the discussion or the talk today has actually got a lot of thoughts flowing. And there are already a couple of interesting queries, interesting interactions.
Yes, we can deal with that.
And I thought maybe I'd table one of them, which just came up, with your permission, of course.
Yes, please.
There was one thought which came in from, I think, a couple of slides earlier, connected to a couple of slides earlier that we were, going through, where we spoke about, for instance, in school, your expectations, your grades are clear, expectations are all set, and attendance is mandatory, and so on. So there is a path defined. So the thought here that is being shared is that colleges, however, they have no such obligation. They are here to provide a service that is being purchased by the student, and enrollment, attendance, consequences of failure are all the students' full responsibility. So how do the teachers of today aid in such kind of a transition, where they know that now students are going to go into this environment where, at the end of the day, like this person is saying, colleges are just providing the service. So how do teachers help students today to calibrate for that?
See, as a whole, it is the combination of the parents and the teachers to build up. They are like wet mud when they are in the school, and we can mold it the way we want them. The teachers want them, the entire school community want the child to be. But as parents are the first educators, so it starts from there. The learning starts from there, the designing starts from there, the thought process, the culture, the tradition, everything starts from your place, from your home, from your mother, from your father. So that is the one basic foundation is laid by the parents, and we take it further, the teachers take it further in school. Yes, now value education is an additional subject, but I as an educator always believe that value education should be a part of curriculum. It should not be separately taught to the students. Kindness cannot be taught by explaining a chapter or a lesson, So this is what kindness, love, compassion, empathy, sharing, loving, all this is a part of curriculum, and we as a teacher are responsible to inculcate all the moral values and moral education and the ethics, and to tell them about the country and the tradition and the culture and everything, the custom, everything is taught by the school, and the teachers are responsible. The parents can provide helping hand to the school and vice versa. In that way, from the very beginning, if the foundation is very strong, they will learn on in the same way, and when they turn into 17 and 18, they have completely become an adult with all this values, I should say, with all these qualities, I should say. So teachers helps them a lot, and teachers helps them a lot to build this, and this will remain with them throughout, whether they are in college, because whatever we have taught, it is within them. We have designed them in that way. So I think this is the role of the teachers.
Ma'am. And there was another thought that came on, I think, one or two slides previous on the thing that we were discussing. There's this thought that students now are transitioning from an environment that advocates a need to follow rules to one that expects them to take responsibility for their actions. So ultimately, we as as educators, teachers, maybe even parents, like you shared, we face a war on two fronts. One is, offering that guided path, and the other is acknowledging the child's burgeoning independence. Both the paths are important. You need to offer the guided tour. At the same time, we can't be the demons of creativity, with social media coming in, vis-a-vis the access to internet, where you can actually learn or get exposure to a lot of things that you can, a lot of skills that you can pick up. So the question is, where does the balance lie, and what role do teachers play in, sort of shaping that balance?
See,
While students are now moving from school to college, where should the teachers now, show balance?
Yes. Very nice question. I should say that when they are in school now, in this new technology, or in the era of new technology and internet, I think the information is available, and sometimes we find that the students know more than the teachers. So the role of the teacher has entirely changed. Now the teachers are not only the teachers, they are the mentors, they are the guide, and they are the facilitator, the motivator, and the inspiration. So we need to give all this to the students and tell them repeatedly that this path is going to take you here. There are advantages and disadvantages of everything, whether it is technology or social media or anything. Advantages and disadvantages, and the teacher is the one who can repeatedly tell them the importance of and how to use the technology. Technology will take you to become the CEO of Google, or technology will lead you where you will be in a position where you will think that my life has no meaning. So teacher is the one, like Bharat is known for their its gurus like Dronacharya. So we have like Shankaracharya, like Dronacharya. So many gurus are in our India are found, Takshila, Nalinda, all these universities, and we are the one who will show them the path, and we are the kingmakers like Kautilya. So teachers play the same role as Dronacharya played the role in the life of Arjun. So that important the teacher is, the students should listen to their teachers. The day when they start thinking that they know everything, their downfall begins. So teacher is the person, guru we say, we always help the student to take from darkness towards light. We take them. So the respect and the honor should be there. And once the students will listen to the teacher, they will never fall into wrong pit. So this is the role of the teacher. Whatever the scenario is, 21st century or whatever, the essence of all this, being focused or being respecting to the teacher, will remain as long as the sun and moon are.
Thank you, ma'am. Please, strong thoughts. Just for the want of time, we're going to slowly, come out of the interesting discussion that we were going to have. I would request if the PowerPoint can be shared with us so that this is made
so
available.
I go very fast because we are running short of time. So after seeing the PowerPoint, the students may ask.
In fact, ma'am, I would request if if we not go, rush through it, we will make this PowerPoint available to the audience who is connected with us, and our contact information will also be shared so that the audience can continue to, reach out to us, interact with us, and thereby post their questions, which we can circulate and then address as and when it comes.
May I know how much time is remaining, sir? Accordingly, I'll act.
Ma'am, actually, we are already out. But since there was a lot of blood flowing, we let it, move. But I do not want to rush through it because I see a lot of people actually trying to connect with it and actually trying to go through it. So I would like to invite our audience to actually go through it at leisure, go through the entire PowerPoint at leisure, and they can always connect with us. All our contact details will be made available along with the PowerPoint. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for being with us and sharing your views up till now. This will, of course, continue on email. Views will keep coming in and the blood will keep flowing. I hand over the show to Nija now. Nija, thank you. Please close for us.
So, shall I stop sharing the screen?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Like I said, and of the audience also, our contact details are available. You can write into us and we'll be more than happy to continue this discussion, on those lines. Nija, over to you.
Thank you so much, Anisha. Thanking all of you for the presence as well as the views, which will be compiled. Ms. Anisha ma'am, thank you again for being with us today at Amrita Cafe to share your insights. And I would also like to highlight the efforts of the team behind Amrita Cafe, Megha, Sakshi and Kiran, who have made things possible seamlessly. We'll see you all for another episode of Amrita Cafe. Till then, bye.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank you,
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.